Hey everyone, Dr. M here. Let's see how to make that second screen. All right, here's our goal. We want it to look like this and have these elements. So we'll need a map, a label, a list view, and a text box. To create another screen, first we have to click Add Screen and give it a name. Detail screen. And it's blank. We notice that, again, let's remind ourselves we want a map, a label, a list view, and a text box. A map, a label, a list view, and a text box. The map is going to be lane map app. Actually, it's going to be lane detail map. And then title label, so lane detail map. This will be title. It's going to be the title of whatever choice they made, whatever location on the map, which will be here. Looks like I did make it a lowercase L there. I'll make it lowercase. It's going to be notes list view and new note text box. So this will be where any notes that the user has made appear, and text box will be the way for them to enter new notes. Okay, we also want another horizontal menu arrangement, and then 3 buttons in there: back, note, and clear. And then finally, we'd like a feedback label where we could give them instructions or feedback if they've done something wrong, give them some guidance. Okay, let's go ahead and add some details for each of these things. We see that they don't quite look like this yet, right? Like before, we've got to put this information in. We could copy this and put it in for the About Screen property. And then we also need to do left top black none, default items, all the way down to lane map app and title visible. So left top, all defaults, and then for the title, we're going to put lane map app, and we'll make it visible so it shows over here. Okay, then we'll work on the lane detail map. We're going to put in the coordinates for lane for now. So we'll put in those coordinates for now because that'll center it on lane, and later when we add more functionality to our lane map app, it'll actually center on whatever they've chosen on the previous page. We're going to change this to fill parent and fill parent. So we see it fills out a little bit better. We're showing compass. We could show compass or not. I think we have it showing for the directions, correct? We do not. Well, we can just leave it off for now. We might decide later that we want to put it on. Maybe the users will be like, I don't know which way is north. It does take up some real estate though to put these two things on, right? Which makes them able to see less of the map. So it's really just, you have to do some user testing, I guess, to decide which is best. We're guess for now. We're going to set the zoom level to 18. Always should involve your users throughout the whole process, of course, when developing something for them. Okay, so these are enable pan and enable zoom are the only two things clicked. Enable pan, enable zoom. Okay, good. Then we move on to the next one, title label. For title label, we have black, bold, 24, default. Okay, black, bold, 24. So we're going to make that label bigger. 24 default. And then I think the next one, this is not checked, that one is, then automatic and fill parent. Automatic, watch what happens to the width when we do fill parent. I think you'll already know by now, probably. Yeah. Okay, and then for text, we'll have it be blank. For now, this is something we'll fill in later because it'll depend on what they chose on the previous map, what we fill in there. Okay, so blank, 0, white, and checked. And we couldn't see it because we had black on black before I took that out. And now you can see it. Go ahead and take it out. Blank, 0, white, and visible. Okay, now we're moving on to the notes list view. This one. So we've got default 14, default, fill. Okay, default 14, default, fill. So fill parent. Watch what happens to our notes list view. Takes up half the space, roughly. Tries to fill it in. Okay, and then let's do this one. I don't think we'll see a change because it's already wide. All right, after the two fills, what do we have? 200, 200, main vertical, 200, 200, main vertical, and then three defaults. We got a text size of 22 and visible. Text size 22 visible, and then down here, looks like we're going to have these be blank for now. Okay, and moving on. So the next thing we'll look at is new note text box. Looks like it's going to be white, unchecked, 14. New notes check text box. New notes or new note? What do we have here? One of the nice things about App Inventor is it will automatically, if you change the name of the variable, change it everywhere. So it's not quite as important, but I want to be consistent. Let's say new note instead. And then we'll do white, unchecked 14, default. Background color, let's switch it to white. I mean, it looked like it already was white, right? Let's see, unchecked 14, default. Unchecked 14, default. And then we're going to do the height of 5%. And then width is fill parent. Okay, height is 5%. Height, let's see how that changes. 5% for the height. Made it a little narrower. And then for the width, I think that was fill, correct? Fill parent. So it goes all the way across. There we go. And then enter your note here. Enter your note here for the hint. And then 0 default visible. 0 default visible. That'll basically make this text appear inside here in case they're not sure what to type in there. Gives them a little hint. Enabled, and then all of the rest of those are unchecked. Yep, okay, good. Now moving on to this one. Left top default automatic fill parent. Left top default automatic fill parent. Okay, so we see that it's kind of running off the screen here. We see the green edge on this side, but not on the left, but not on the right. So we'll do a fill parent, then we'll probably see it on both sides. We do. Here it is on the right also. Okay, and then none, no image, and checked. Visible is checked. Okay, that one's good. Now moving on to back button. Okay, for back button, we're going to have the custom color, this one, for the LCC brand color, and then we'll have checked and unchecked. Paste this in here. We'll have this checked and that unchecked, and then the font size is 14. Default, auto, fill parent, none. 14 default, auto, fill parent. So let's see how this changes. It'll get smaller, right? We think. Yeah. Image none, I believe was correct. Okay, then shape is default, checked, text is back. Shape default, show feedback text. Should be back. This will take them back to the prior screen. And then center the text alignment is 1, white, checked, checked. 1, make this white. Can't read it right now, can we? Better contrast, good. White, and then those two are checked. Okay, moving on. The next button should be the same, basically, except that it'll say add note. Okay, so easy to just flip between them and see what's different, right? Okay, so this needs to have the blue color. And be marked bold. This looks like it needs to be fill parent so that so these share equally, right? If we make them all fill parent, they'll be nice and behave with each other. I think it was add note, correct? Yes, add note, center white, check, checked. Add note, center white, checked, checked. Okay, that's all good, I think. Right, only thing different is really the words. Okay, so we're going to do the same here, except now we're going to set our color to yellow, which I have here for you. Hashtag FD as in dog, B as in boy, 913, F as in Frank, Felicia. All right, let's go here, make this color the brand color. Okay, now we've got our yellow, and this one I'm putting yellow. Can you guess why? Because it's clear notes, so we're wiping out some data. I'm going to be sure we don't mess them up, give them a little visual warning-ish. Okay, this should be bold, yeah, okay, and then let's see, so the color changes, nothing else is changing. It looks like we need to make this fill parent. So I'm just flipping between them and looking at what changed. Clear notes should have changed, which is good. And then also our default color, I think we leave it black in this case, don't we? Because we want to have that good contrast. No, we do change it to white, interesting. Okay, center white. and checked, checked. Well, let's see how it looks. Let's see if it's still readable. It is. You might argue it's not as readable, but maybe for consistency, we're going with white. This is something we could test with our users. If we have folks who have vision impairment, it might be they can't read that as well. Okay, so I think we're good there. Let's do feedback label, which is the last one. We have a background color of black. Yeah, let's make this black. And then unchecked, unchecked, font size of 14, default typeface, unchecked, 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 font size 14, default font type. Okay, this one is checked, the other one's not. Automatic fill parent, no text. Okay, so I don't want text right now. And we're going to make the text be white. So left, white, and visible. Left, white, and visible. And we are good to go. That's a wrap on the UIDesign version of Lane Map app.